Hi students, in this video we are going to discuss about finite impulse response filter. Before seeing this finite impulse response filter, we will just recall the analog filters. So in electronics design you have studied about these analog filters. The analog filters you have studied to 4 different classification: low pass, high pass, band pass and band stop. And you know that in filter it will allow one particular frequency and it will block the frequency which is not required. Okay, so here in low pass filter design, you know, you are having a cutoff frequency. Yes, it will pass the frequency from 0 to fc. Okay, similarly in high pass filter it will pass the frequency above the cutoff frequency. In band pass filter it will pass the frequency from f1 to f2, that is band pass and band stop will have two cutoff frequency. It will pass the frequency from f1 to f2. In band stop filter it will stop the frequency, it will block the frequency from f1 to f2 and it will pass the remaining frequency. Okay, normally in real time you will have a band pass frequency, that is our voice frequency or some any real time signal will be have from some frequency range f1 to f2. So we will use only band pass filter in the real time. Okay, so suppose here I am speaking, right? Consider my voice is my maximum frequency range is somewhat 60 hertz and minimum frequency range is 40 hertz. Okay, while I am talking some sound is coming and it is added with my voice signal. Okay, the sound frequency may be 80 hertz. Okay, so in this case what I will do is I will design a filter so that it will transmit my frequency, that is lower frequency and higher frequency f1 to f2, and it will remove the noise. So in this case what I will choose here, there is a 2 filter, right, which having 2 frequency. Okay, so this is my low frequency and this is my high frequency and somewhat noise here present here. So I will design a band pass filter to remove the noise so that it will transmit from one frequency f1 to another frequency f2. Okay, so thus we will design an analog filters. Okay, so here there is the major disadvantage in analog filter design is we will design this analog filter by means of passive component as well as the active component. So considered the design of passive component, right, R and C. Okay, so here what will happen is the practical value obtained is not equal to the theoretical design. Suppose I am designing for 10 kilohertz, my highest frequency is 10 kilohertz. Okay, because of this tolerance value the practical design will not be equal to the theoretical design. Okay, so it will not be suitable for real time application. So what we are going to do is, so we are going to design an algorithm by incorporating some constraints without using all these passive and active components. We are going to design an algorithm so that the algorithm will perform the functionality of a filter so that it will transmit the frequency of the interest and it will block the unwanted frequency. So in this case, in this digital signal processing, we are dealing with the discrete time signals. So here we are going to we are going to see about the digital filters. So in digital filters we are going to discuss about this finite impulse response filter. Okay, and also in we will discuss about infinite impulse response filter. In this infinite impulse response filter we will design an analog filter also and we will then convert them into a digital filter. Otherwise we can directly design a digital filter. Okay, so in this case FIR filter we are going to discuss about the digital filter. So that is, it deals with the discrete time signals. Okay, so now see a system here. So consider a system. This system is going to perform the functionality of the filter. So every system will have an impulse response h of n. When a input signal is passed through the system, this system will perform the functionality of the filter and it will produce the desired output. Okay, so here we are going to design an FIR filter. In this FIR filter, the output y of n depends only on the present and past input values. Okay, so you know that here x of n in signals and system we have already discussed that this x of n represent the present value, and if it is the past value we will denote by x of n minus 1, and it is future value we will denote by x of n plus 1. Normally in real time we may not consider the future value, so we will discuss about only the past and the present and the previous values. Okay, so here in this the FIR filter depend only on the present and past input samples. Okay, so this is the functionality, this is the criteria we have to choose while designing a FIR filter. Okay, and in IIR filter what happen is we will see in the next unit. Just I will quickly tell what it is in IIR filter. In this IIR filter, the y of n output depends upon the present and past input and output values. You have to note here FIR filter depends only on the input values, whereas IIR filter depends on present and past input and output values. Okay, so if it depends upon input and output values, what happen, we need to take the output and we need to feedback and we have to give to the input. So here there is a feedback in the system, and this is said to be a recursive system because we are taking recursive system because we are taking the output and giving as a feedback to the input, and h of n here thus there is no feedback, hence it is said to be a non-recursive system. So this is the difference between an FIR and the IIR filter. It also has the impulse response. Now here in this unit what we are going to do is we are going to design this h of n according to our requirement. So we will see the different cases of this filter and we will design h of n for these different cases. Okay, so this is what the thing we are going to walk through slowly in this digital filter design. Okay, now we will see what is the functionality of this h of n. Okay, so now consider this is the system. It's going to perform a filtering. So you are having an input signal. You know that output will be obtained by the convolution of input and the impulse response of the system. Okay, you know this convolution formula. Either you can keep one signal and you can perform a reversal and shifting for the another signals. Either you can choose these two formulas. So here what I am going to do is, this is a constant one, right? We will design this according to our requirement. So now what I am going to do is I am going to choose this because this is a constant as per our design. Now what we am going to do is I am going to expand this expression. So what you will have when m is equal to, here when correct, okay, here it is n is equal to 0. Okay, here I have done one mistake, just I have put m here now here it is m. Okay, so I will erase it and it will write m. So okay, m is equal to 0 to n minus 1. Why I have chosen n minus 1 is because it is a finite. Okay, the impulse response of the filter is finite, so I am choosing finite values 0 to n minus 1. So h of m, x of n minus m. Okay, now I am expanding this. M is equal to 0, h of 0, x of n. Okay, m is equal to 1, h of 1, x of n minus 1. Like that it will extend up to n minus 1. Okay, now here this impulse response we will here named it as the coefficient of the filter. Okay, so this h of 0 I am going to represent by b0, which is the coefficient, and h of n by b1 and h of n minus 1 by bn minus 1. So now I am changing this equation according to this filter function. So summation k equal to 0 to n minus 1 bk x of n minus k. Okay, now this is said to be the relation. This gives the relations between the input and the output, and so this is the functionality, that is the coefficient of the filter. Okay, so this coefficient of the filter will vary depending upon the requirement and whether the it is a low pass filter, high pass filter, band pass filter and band stop filter. Okay, so now here what we are going to do throughout this unit 2 is just we are going to concentrate on designing these filter coefficient. Okay, then we will find out the transfer function of the filter. So this is h of n, right? So when you perform, when if you find a h of n, after that what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert into an frequency domain. Here since it is a discrete time signal, I'm going to perform z transform. Okay, then I'm going to obtain h of z. Okay, so here we are going to deal with the frequency response. We have already discussed in signals and system. We want to obtain the frequency response, we need to substitute z is equal to e power j omega, and then we will obtain h of e power j omega. This frequency response will give the magnitude response of the filter and the phase response of the filter. The magnitude response is given by magnitude of h of e power j omega, and the phase response here we will obtain this angle phi of omega. So this is what the thing we are going to see in this unit. Now we will see some of the important concepts before designing the FIR filter. So the next topic is magnitude and phase response of a digital filter. So already I have told that the thing we are going to design this h of n. And next what we are going to design is we are going to convert, so I have discussed here, we are going to convert this into h of z by applying z transform. We know that if any signal is x of n, we will find its z transform as x of z by using this equation, right? N is equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n z power minus 1. The same formula I have applied. Instead of x of n, here I am having the impulse response h of n. Okay, after substituting, after writing the transfer function of the filter, I am going to find out the frequency response. For frequency response, I am going to substitute e power j omega. So wherever you are having z, you will substitute e power minus j omega. So I will got this equation. Then from this value, I am going to find out the magnitude and phase response. Okay, so here the magnitude response is nothing but the magnitude of real part of this whole square plus imaginary part of the whole square, and phase response is nothing but tan inverse of imaginary part of h of e power j omega by real part of h of e power j omega. Now the next is we will discuss about the linear phase filter.